Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik and I am so happy you have joined me for a special celebration this week. I am filming and sharing this video the last week of March of 2018, so if you are joining me then, you are in luck. There are 3 chances of winning some awesome prizes this week. Yesterday, I participated in a blog hop with Motion Crafts by Uchi's Designs, and they sent me a prize that I could give away to one of my readers on my blog. There is a link to all in the description box. Today, I am also offering another prize from Motion Crafts, and details on that are at the end of the video. And I have been celebrating March Madness all month here on YouTube and on my blog, where you could win a grand prize valued at over $160. There is a link to the video and blog post for that contest in the description box too. All of these contests close March 31st, 2018 at midnight, and the winners will be announced a few days later on my blog and here on my YouTube channel. I recently received most of the dies and stamps in the Motion Crafts' newest release, and I've had so much fun designing with them. I discovered Motion Crafts by Uchi's Designs at the 2017 Creativation, or CHA, and I fell in love with their unique stamps and dies that create animation on our cards. On my blog yesterday for the blog hop with Motion Crafts, I shared 2 other cards and a video, and there is a link in the description box below. Just click Show More. I am loving the animation backgrounds, dies, and stamps, and I've created several cards with them. On this card, I cut a larger square. You can see that this is pulled out a little bit. And you can see that when you move it back and forth, the heart changes to love and then back to a heart. The Evan, which is alphabetical letters that I'll show you the set, also moves, and the hearts move back and forth. Can you see that? I created this card for my grandson Evan, and I think he's going to love it. For that card and for the other cards I'm showing today, I used the animation die cut set for animation backgrounds, and it has a round die and a rectangular die, a slot, and a pull tab, all included in this die set. There are several animation background stamps, and I have them all because I really like them. This one is called Hearts Background, and it has the hearts that move back and forth like I showed you on that card, and it has a circular bullseye thing that moves. All of the stamps come with a grid, and they have it packaged so cleverly. They show you how the stamps are going to move. This one is called the Stars Background, and the stars move back and forth, and that circular round thing moves around and round. And then this is the one I'm using on the card that I'm making today. It's called Rotating Backgrounds, and it has that kind of pinwheel circular stamp, and it has one that goes back and forth. Very cool. On Evan's card, I also used the ABC animation set, and that has all the letters of the alphabet, and they are all animated, so you can personalize it with any name or word, and that will move when you're using a grid. On both the card we're going to make today and on this card, I use the Be Happy animation clear stamps and die cut set. This has the animals on a regular stamp, and then it has the animated version as well. So there's a bee, a duck, and a frog. There's some really cool sentiments that I'm going to be using, and there's the dies to cut them out. I created this card for a challenge that's coming up on Send a Smile for Kids, which is a challenge blog that I am the owner and design team coordinator. I figured this would be really cute for kids. The rectangular box lines move back and forth. We have a cute little duck that says hello. And then on the inside, I used the animated duck and another envelope. And as you can see, he moves around very cute. Just wanted to say quack. This quacks me up, and I think any kid would like it as well. This is the card that I'm showing you how to make today. The animation background goes around and around. I used the frog and the lily pad and the sentiment from the Be Happy set, and I'm using the animation backgrounds die set and stamp. I'm also using my Misty stamping tool, skinny two-sided tape from Motion Crafts. They're selling that as well. A powder tool, a VersaFine ink, and a mounting tape. Here are the steps to make the card. I have cut a light green card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and folded it for a top folding A2 sized card base. I have cut a pattern paper piece that is 8 by 5.25, and I folded it in half. So it's just going to be a little bit smaller than the card base when we attach it. I have stamped and die cut the frog from the Be Happy set, and die cut the lily pad and stamped Don't Worry, Be Happy. I have used the grid die, or the pull tab die, to cut the pull tab, and I used a little arrow from the pull slider set to let the recipient know that they're to pull on this tab. I have heard that Motion Crafts is coming out with a stamp set that is going to have the sayings like pull here and other animated stamps, and I'm looking forward to getting that. I have set up the circle pinwheel die in the pattern paper, and I ran it through my die cut machine, and I die cut out the circular hole and the slit. Those are ready to go. I have set up the circle pinwheel stamp from the rotation backgrounds in my Misty, and I am going to stamp it on a piece of white cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 3.5 inches tall. I forgot to mention that the grid piece that I cut is 3 inches tall by 3 3/4 inch wide. I'm going to stamp it with VersaFine. I wanted to point out that all of the new stamps by Motion Crafts and their newer sets all have a straight line on the bottom of them. It's very important that these stamps be stamped straight so that the grid works and the animation works, and they made it real easy for us because they made a straight line along the bottom of every one of the animation stamps. And if you're using a stamp positioner such as the Misty or the Tim Holtz Tonic Studios one, you just line it up to make sure that's straight, and then you know that when you stamp it, it's going to be perfectly straight. and that's good. It's nice and dark, and you can see all the lines, but of course if you needed to do it again, you could. I have die cut the pull tab, and I put some skinny two-sided tape, a real skinny piece, along the edge of both of the inside pieces here, and then I've lined it up along a line on the grid about 4 in and made sure it was straight, and then I attached it, and I did attach the arrow as well. If you would prefer not to use the grids. The grids are sold by Motion Crafts, a package of 5 of them. But if you would prefer to have your stamping and your grid to be colored, you can get the animation die cut grid. And if you stick around to the end, you can see how you might be able to win one of those. Now we're going to take the animation grid on the pull tab and put it in the card, and then we will put this in and pull it and make sure, see, that's moving very nicely. I am going to line this up with the opening. Probably would be easier to do that without that in there. Okay, this way maybe. Line it up with the circular opening and make sure it's straight. And what I like to do is just mark it with a pencil. Make sure it looks good. Make sure the animation is working. And then we will attach it. I'll put the so you can see that the animation is working well. Now we're going to use a piece of mounting tape. I cut mine 1/3 of the width to create a track for the animation grid along the bottom. Motion Crafts has also come up with another new product that I am going to get my hands on. They have these already foam tape in exactly the right size for doing this, but I don't have that yet, so I am just using a piece of mounting tape, and I'm just lining it up, not attached to, but just close to where the grid will go back and forth to kind of create a track for that. We want to make sure that that doesn't stick to that, so I'm using a little powder along the edge of that mounting tape grid. And now we're going to take the skinny two-sided tape and we're going to put it along the edges, right along the edge, so that it is kind of tight and the animation works well. But we're not going to do it on this side because that's where the pull tab is going to pull the grid back and forth. So we'll test it one more time. Remove the tape. And then I'm going to close it up. And you can see that the animation is working well. In closing, I can see a little bit of the white cardstock, so I'm going to trim that a little bit. I like to keep my desk area clean when I'm working. We're going to attach the Don't Worry, Be Happy. And then the frog with a little piece of skinny tape. And as you can see, the animation is working well. And then we're going to attach this to the card base. See how this moves? Back and forth. I just love the animation of the stamps from Motion Crafts. This week is a very special week, ending in Easter, a visit with my kids and grandkids, and my birthday. I've been celebrating all month, and the celebration continues with another chance for you to win. Yesterday on my blog, I was part of a blog hop with a prize furnished by Motion Crafts that you can win. That prize is this. It is a very cute animation stamp set, and the die set that is used to make the cards that I showed on my blog yesterday. I also have a month-long contest going on with a huge prize valued at $160 that you could win, and links to that are in the description box. And I'm also giving away 2 sets of Motion Crafts animated stamps and the animation die cut so that you can cut your own grids and your cards can be animated. So it's this set with an owl, a fox, and a raccoon, the animated version and the regular stamped versions, and the dies that cut them. It's this set of animation stamps. I think this is called the Essentials, and it's got a really cute little bear that does peekaboo and some flowers and stars and some neat sentiments that move. And then this is the animation die cut vertical or horizontal animation grid die, so you can make your own animation grids and you can use color. To have a chance at this prize, you can leave a comment on this video before March 31st, 2018 at midnight Central Standard Time, telling me if you are a new subscriber or returning one. And if you share this video on Pinterest or Facebook or with friends, telling them of the chances to win this week, you will have earned another chance at the prize. Be sure to tell me in your comment how you shared the video. I will announce the winners of all the prizes after on about April 2nd on my blog, and on here on my video channel. I can only mail to a USA addresses, so thank you for understanding. Thanks for watching, subscribing, sharing, and for helping me share the joy of creativity.